This evening, the driver of a pickup truck has been killed after a truck versus train collision in Jackson County this morning. We have the latest coming up. And the Carbondale Police Department is looking to identify a suspect in an unlawful use of debit card investigation. We have the latest on that story next. And the Perry County Drug Task Force has made several drug arrests over the last few weeks. We have those stories and more this evening on a Tuesday evening edition of News 24 at 5. And good evening, thanks for joining us. We have a lot of news to get to this evening, but we begin in Jackson County, where the driver of a pickup truck has been killed after a truck versus train collision earlier this morning. The crash happened in Grimsby, Illinois, near Lover's Lane. According to authorities, the driver, whose name is not being released pending family notification, failed to yield at a railroad crossing. When the crash happened, the truck became wedged under an empty tanker. For precaution only, authorities evacuated a 1.5-mile radius around the crash site. We are working to obtain more information and we'll get to that to you as soon as possible. The Carbondale Police Department is looking to identify a suspect in an unlawful use of debit card investigation. On July 26th, the suspect allegedly used the debit card to buy items at Rollin' Up Liquors on 600 East Main Street. Anyone who can identify the suspect or anyone with information about the incident is asked to contact the police department at 618-457-3200 or Crime Stoppers at 618-549-COPS. The Mount Vernon Police Department is searching for these individuals following a theft investigation. If you know or have seen them, contact the Mount Vernon Police Department. The Perry County Drug Task Force has made several drug arrests over the last few weeks. The 5 arrests are part of the investigations of drug activity in Perry County. Officials said the investigations have taken place over the last several months, with more arrests in the future. According to the department, Shayla M. Hepe, 26 of DeCoin, was arrested and charged with the delivery of a controlled substance and 2 counts of possession of methamphetamine. Her bond is set at $30,000. Brendan E. Nowakowski, 20 of Tambaroa, was arrested and charged with delivery of a controlled substance in 2 counts. His bond is set at $40,000. Jesse L. Crane, 33 of DeCoin, was arrested and charged with delivery of cannabis, 2 counts on that as well. His bond is set at $20,000. And Derek W. Cooper, 20 of DeCoin, was arrested and charged with delivery of a controlled substance of prescription medications. His bond is set at $30,000. And finally, Tiffany N. Robinson, 31 of Pinckneyville, was arrested and charged with delivery of meth. Her bond is set at $10,000. Sheriff Steve Baris states the department hopes it will slow the drug traffic in the DeCoin and Pinckneyville area, and more arrests will be forthcoming. The report of a stolen gun has led to the arrest of a Hardin County man. Cody K. Carricker, 18 of Rosaclare, admitted to taking the firearm. According to deputies with the Saline County Sheriff's Office, he was charged with theft and possession of a stolen firearm. Deputies received a report of a stolen .80 Ruger on September 24th. After the tip, Carricker was interviewed and arrested on September 29th. Carricker remains in the Saline County Detention Center, according to officials. The case is under investigation by the Saline County Sheriff's Office. The Hardin County Sheriff's Office assisted with the investigation. A Benson, Illinois woman has been arrested for aggravated battery and criminal damage to property after a fight. The alleged fight happened just before 6 p.m. in the 600 block of Dial Street yesterday. Police were dispatched to a fight in progress. Jessica A. James, 27, was charged and then taken to the Franklin County Jail. In Jonesboro, according to the state's attorney's office, an Anna, Illinois woman has been sentenced to prison after pleading guilty to a DUI charge. Janie Hudspeth, 54, was sentenced to 3 years in the Illinois Department of Corrections after she pled guilty to 1 count of aggravated driving under the influence, a Class 2 felony. She was arrested in January of 2017 after a traffic stop in Cobden. The charge was elevated due to prior DUI convictions, according to the state's attorney. To the weather this evening, where more fall-like conditions are in store. Here's News 24's Terry Rodriguez in with the latest. All right, thanks, Terry. Turning it now to Springfield, where a new poll just released by the Paul Simon Public Policy Institute shows a big lead for Democrat J.B. Pritzker. The Institute analyzed survey results from 715 likely voters and was conducted between September 24th and 29th. Overall, Pritzker had 49% support in the poll. Rauner followed with 27%. The analysis also breaks down head-to-head results in Chicago, the suburbs, and downstate. The poll also breaks down the race for Illinois Attorney General. You can see the full report on our website at www.news24si.com. Special Olympics Southern Illinois has a unique fundraiser happening in Jackson County. It's the third annual Southern Illinois Plane Pool. The day begins at 10:30 a.m. Saturday morning. Teams will be pulling a plane at the Southern Illinois Airport in Murfreesboro. You can still sign up to be a part of the event or just come out to cheer on those participating. You can go to our website, www.news24si.com/events for more information. And we'll have much more local news, sports, and weather coming up next here on News 24 at 5. But first, here's your Fox News update.
In Fox News, the FBI keeps digging on Lisa Brady. Fox News. And Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell is still expecting the FBI report and the confirmation vote on Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh this week.
What is doubly exasperating about this is clearly an effort to destroy the reputation of a good man.
McConnell saying he expects Democrats to push for further delays.
We hope that the FBI investigation is full.
Senate Democratic leader Chuck Schumer questioning the scope of the investigation, also saying he believes the FBI report should be made public when it's done. The president defending his nominee again today, but also expressing confidence in the investigation. Fox's John Decker, live at the White House.
President Trump said the FBI is working very hard on its investigation into sexual assault and misconduct allegations that have been made against Judge Kavanaugh, and he said he continues to support his Supreme Court nominee.
I think that Judge Kavanaugh is doing pretty well, it seems to me, over the last 24 hours. A lot is going to depend on what comes back from the FBI in terms of their additional number 7 investigation.
With Democrats questioning the truthfulness of Kavanaugh's sworn testimony, the president said lying to Congress by anybody is, in his words, unacceptable. Lisa?
John, President Trump and his siblings accused of tax schemes in a New York Times report claiming that in the 1990s they boosted money they received from their parents through fraud and tax evasion. A lawyer for the president, Charles Harder, calls the allegations 100% false, highly defamatory, and based on extremely inaccurate information. Harder also says all estate matters were handled by attorneys, accountants, and other Trump family members with virtually no involvement by the president. Fox News, fair and balanced.
Stop.
I am the $5 lunch from DQ, and variety is my modus operandi. That's Latin for new burger, new salad, and strips, all with a DQ sundae. That's English for carpe diem. Because I'm not fast food. I am fan food.
Stop.
Do you see companies popping up advertising home generators maybe you haven't seen before? That's because they only do this when the weather's bad or maybe it's convenient for them to do this type of business. Tri-State Water, Power, and Air, a company that's been in business for 23 years and has over 30,000 customers. We're one of the largest standby generator companies in the country. Who do you want to do business with? Someone that does this 365 days a year? Or maybe somebody that does this part-time. We offer standby generators that can power your whole house or run a few basics. They run on natural gas and propane. We offer 24/7 emergency service, so when the weather strikes, you won't be powerless and left in the dark. Call today for a free home evaluation. Why wait?
Why wait? Call Tri-State. Tri-State Water and Air. Tri-State Water and Air. One call will be right there.
Let's face it, the world could use some warmth.
Take it from us, J.B. Pritzker. He's a puppet property taxes high and made a fortune helping cronies like Pritzker dodge them. Now, Madigan and Pritzker want to raise your income taxes even more. We can't afford that. They know. Higher taxes for you, more corruption for them. J.B. Pritzker, the guy's no dummy, but he is Mike Madigan's puppet.
The races that impact you, informing you 24/7. Every newscast, every day. News 24 is your election source.
Applebee's new three-course meal starting at $11.99. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
After almost 35 years in politics, let's take a closer look at Mike Bost. While Southern Illinois families struggled, Bost voted to raise his own pay. He's taken hundreds of thousands from big banks, big pharma, and Bruce Rauner. Then Bost gave them a huge tax giveaway, adding $2 trillion to the debt, threatening Medicare, Social Security, and Southern Illinois health care. Look closely. It's time for Mike Bost to retire.
I'm Brendan Kelly, and I approve this message.
Alright, thanks Terry. Well, as many of you know, it is October, which means it is time for Oktoberfest. Throughout this month, I'll be providing you with October tips and tricks to make this season the best one yet. So here is your first Oktoberfest segment.
Timberfest services
Why is it
located
good?
throughout southern Illinois.
From the first day of autumn to the last, bonfires are always an extremely popular way to celebrate the season. Every one of us has made or attended a bonfire before. There is nothing better to do on a cool fall night, but you may be surprised by the proper way to set them up.
It's most likely that each and every one of us has made a bonfire before. Gathering sticks and logs, purchasing some fuel, or getting those tasty treats, bonfires are a true symbol of fall. Most of us think we know how to make them, but in this segment, you might be in for a surprise.
In this segment, we are teaching you the relatively simple steps to making an amazing bonfire.
Step 1, pick a burning location. It is best to start a bonfire in a field away from trees or homes. If your fire is a smaller one, pick a smaller yard. If it's a bigger one, stay at least 50 feet away from the nearest structure. Step 2, making a pit. Some bonfires are so large they don't really need a pit, but if you are planning on making a small one, it is best to find some nearby rocks, gravel, or stones. Lay them out in a circle to the preferred size of your bonfire, and then gather some brush to lay in the middle of the pit. Step 3, gathering logs. This is the step where you decide. There are many different styles to making a bonfire, the most traditional one being a triangular shape. Place a small log in the middle of your pit, right on top of the brush. Then collect 2 to 3 foot long pieces of wood. Lay them in a circular formation around the log, and then place some more brush inside your triangle. Step 4, watch it burn. You would think that this would be the easiest step, but it's actually not. You're just using a firelighter to set your bonfire ablaze, but sometimes the wind can mess with you. Start the fire on the side with no wind, light the brush instead of the logs for the best result.
So there you have it. Now go light it and fire away.